Hey everyone. We'll start the session soon. We are just waiting for Dawood to come. So we'll start it. And meanwhile, if you have any questions regarding Hack Gujarat, like how is the session going to happen, so I'll just give a brief overview. So Hack Gujarat, if you want, you can. It's an open hackathon, so you can do whatever you want, however you want. So and go and make sure you go to devfolio, and also if you have problems receiving your mail, check your promotions tab and pull up the promotion tab into your primary tab. So we'll back soon. Just give us Hey everyone, welcome back. Sorry for the delay and everything. We are probably just setting up and everything. And yes, so we have today with us Dawood, the one and only Dawood. He is the main guy in the MS Inspire community today, in which we are streaming in right now. So let's do it. So welcome back to Hack Gujarat. And today we have Dawood Idris, who would show you on how to use Power Apps and how much easy it is using Power Apps. So before we start, I'll just give introduction for Dawood. Dawood is currently working as a software development consultant at BezoMoney, and he is of course a Microsoft Gold Learn Students Ambassador, and also a recently has got the award for Microsoft AI MVP. So he's one of the best guys. As per my experience, he's one of the like chill and the cool guys who you can meet for anything, and he has advices for literally everything. So you can talk with him for hours and hours. So I'll just stop listening because we're using a lot of time. Okay, so hey
Yeah.
Dawood, how are you doing? I'll just give it to you.
Yeah, so I'm doing great and I'm so excited to, have joined all of you today and to make a very great day, a historic day, I guess, because it took a lot of planning from the organizers to make this thing happen. And I was called to, join all of you and I'm really excited to do it. Um, Today I'll be talking about Power Apps, Microsoft Power Apps, and as the idea go, you know, I was told firstly that it is a hackathon, right? That is being played, and just a second, I would go mute, come back again in just a second. All right, forgive me. So whilst we are getting ready and being mute, please go ahead and tell us in the chat where you are joining us from and how excited are you about this topic.
Sure, drop in chat from where you're coming joining in. I'm from India. Dawood is from Ghana, and we also have Dev, who is from India. Okay, so before we, hey, unbeatable, you're from India. Okay, so before Dawood joins us again, I'll tell you what I did in PowerApps. So I started PowerApps from like 3 months before, during the lockdown. I created a PowerApp which can detect a garbage and send the location from which the photo was taken to headquarters, through which I would say that this was actually a statement from Smart India Hackathon that I did, through which, like, in the statement, it asks like to make a reporting system through which many people can report any potholes or obstructions or any garbage that they want to be removed in their area. So I created an app based on machine learning and using Maps API. So when you use the app, and let me tell you, the app that I created was like took like for me it's like it took like 30 minutes only. Within 30 minutes I was able to create an app which could scan the photo, it went through the machine learning algorithm, it scanned it, checked that whether it's a garbage or a pothole, and then sent back to the headquarters, in which it would show the location on the map that, hey, a guy from here has reported this image. That was the app that I created, and there are many more power apps you can also find in MS Inspire. Also, there are a lot more things in Power Apps. And yes, Dawood, if you're ready.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. There was just a little bit of background noise, so I had to go mute so that I can give you the best audio quality. So thank you so much for having me today. My name is Dawood, as I was introduced, and I'm a Microsoft MVP and also a Learn ambassador. I'm also a software developer, so I do from web development to application development, and I work currently at a company called BezoMoney. I am part of many things. So today's talk is actually realizing your idea and building a faster, solution. And I was told that today is a hackathon. I mean, this series of whole things that we are doing is to end up with, people, hacking. And my experience of hacking, both online and offline, I think it's not just about the code that you write. It is about the things that you learn along, okay? And also the solution that you come out with. For example, you are not expected to build the next, LinkedIn platform in one day. Everyone knows you can build that, right? In one day. But the whole point is that when hackathon is organized, it is expected that participants will learn from each other and be exposed to certain technologies that they might not have known, and go through ideation, brainstorming, and come up with a solution that can really have an impact on people across the globe. And when I read a bit about this hack in particular, and the whole idea of this hack is that you are supposed to solve traditional problems, right? So the whole point is that sometimes you might want to be able to solve a problem, but you are looking at the technology and what it will require. and because of that, you'll be shying away, you'll be running away of, actually implemented that solution, right? So because of that, you might not be able to come out with, an actual, application, or you might not be able to demo the app that you want people to see, that it's your solution for the hackathon, right? So just imagine that you were given so much, power, right? That you could write all the awesome codes. I mean, you could get your application maybe 80% running or 70% running, the idea that you have, right? I think it would be cool. And then if we could also help you by taking some part of the administrative work, like, the codes that you would have to write, to actually write it for you, and you would focus on, letting us know the kind of flow that you want. Maybe a user should be able to register, how the login page should look like, how the button should be, like how the logic would happen. I think that would be cool, right? So it's like you have more hands at your disposal. So that's the whole point. So when I heard that this is a hack and I need to give a talk, I was like, okay, why don't I give you, a gist about hackathons and how you could actually build something very productive. So today I'm going to be talking about the Microsoft Power Platform, okay, and in particular the Power Apps, okay. But if you've never heard of Power Platform, it's an awesome community of people across the globe that have come together that, hey, you know what, we need to empower each other, and Microsoft wants to empower everyone and everybody in every organization to achieve more. That's the goal of Microsoft's to empower everyone on that. So no matter what, whether you're a citizen developer, whether like you are a pro developer, or you are an just a person that is curious about technology, right? So it's kind of like giving you more help so that you can build solutions that really matters to the world. And I sat down, was it 2019, to listen to Satya Nadella, the Microsoft CEO, when he mentioned about, I don't know whether it was a projection of 5 years that we'll be building over 2.5 million, applications. And I was like, how was that going to be possible? But when I actually explored the Microsoft Power Platform and Power Apps, I realized this idea is a must, it's achievable, right? So there are awesome community of people waiting and willing to help you scale up and grow, as long as Power Platform is concerned, and Power Apps in particular. So what exactly is how has the Power Platform, Microsoft Power Platform, achieved? So about 1 million active community members across the globe, over 10,000 attendees in-person conferences. So in India, in Ghana, in wherever, there is, a Power Platform community, and there are user groups. There are, a lot of things, that are happening across the globe. And there are some conferences that have been organized this year. Early this year, I was part of the organizers in Ghana who organized the Dash App in a Day and all those stuff. I mean, so there are huge amount of events happening, and there are monthly calls that are organized by the Power Addicts. I think I'll share a link with all of you. But my name again is DawoodIddris. Just the spelling. Hit it in any platform, and then you'll be able to find me, whether GitHub, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, even my website, DawoodIddris.com, is the same thing. Okay, so moving on, there are Power Platform champions. You can follow all of them. Samit Saini has actually given a talk on, MS Inspire. So just write this channel, you can check up on it. And yeah. So what are we trying to help, as in Microsoft? What is Microsoft trying to help? People spend a huge amount of time to, come up with application that would help them, or even, budgeting with, maybe Excel, which is great, maybe some applications which are great, but for us to provide, like, more insight to the data that they are using is not really available, right? So Microsoft is trying to allow people to stop the paperwork that is happening in organizations, and actually go more digital. Okay, and Microsoft is trying to empower more organizations to achieve more, like IT companies and all that. So we are leveraging on, and these are the exact same things that people have been using, like Microsoft Excel. Like, people have been using Excel, people have been using GitHub, the same things that we've been using. Microsoft is trying to bring everything together so that you can actually, have more power in implementing it. We all know that implementing something like, data connections with API is really, really stressful, right? But you would be able to do this with Microsoft Power Platform. So the Microsoft Power Platform, whether a business problem solver, whether this is your first time building an application, Microsoft Power Platform is for everyone, whether the person is a developer or not. It's for everyone. So it's an inclusive product that allows everyone to visualize, come up with a solution, and be able to build it up. Okay, so that's in short what the Microsoft Power Platform is. And Microsoft is about empowering every individual and every organization to achieve more. So the Microsoft Power Platform is made up of what I call the 4 Ps. Okay, so we have Power BI, we have Power Apps, we have Power Automate, and Power Virtual Agent. All right. So what exactly is Power BI? So Power BI is built to provide business intelligence for organizations. So whether you have a data, some people don't like to see numbers, right? They would like to see charts. So how to convert those data into give a meaningful insight which can help organization generate revenues and help people solve real life problems. The Microsoft Power BI is used for analytics purpose and all those stuff. There's AI embedded that can help you to achieve more with the Microsoft Power BI. And Microsoft Power Apps is used to build whether web application, whether mobile application. You can use the Microsoft Power Apps to be able to achieve that. Again, let me just give a quick credit to the lady I'm using her slide. I asked her once for permission, and she did give me. She's called Amma, and I didn't want to take off her name from there. So credit to Amma for giving us the opportunity to leverage on the things that she had prepared and used in one of conferences that I met her. So that's about the Power Apps. Can help you build apps very faster, like maybe 5 minutes you can build an app. I'll demonstrate this to you. And the Microsoft Power Automate helps businesses automate the process of paperwork that they do. For example, maybe you live in an organization, maybe in a school, where you would have to seek approval from your patron, and your patron would have to seek approval from your HOD, head of department, and your head of department might need to seek approval from the campus officer. So you can see they are like business processes over there. Like, there are processes that you have to pass through. Now the paperwork delays more. I was a president when I was in school, so I knew how paperwork were delaying. I mean, an entire program could be cancelled just because the HOD might not be on campus, and he has to sign the document before you can get to execute what exactly you wanted to do. With the Microsoft Power Automate, this thing can be digitalized and also with authentication, so that it passed through the exact processes before, if anyone is rejecting that particular process of not agreeing with what you are doing, you'll be able to get it. So with the Microsoft Power Automate, you can automate business flows. This is just one example. There are countless examples of how you can use Power Automate. Okay. We also have the Power Virtual Agent that allows you to build intelligent applications, intelligent bots, okay, without being a developer. So you might not be a developer, but you can leverage on the Power Virtual Agent to build your applications, okay? So that's something good to note, that you can leverage your knowledge on building bots without having been a developer. And if you're a developer, you can even extend it much more to do many things. We'll go deep into that. And with all this, there are data connectors that can allow you to connect, to Facebook, to GitHub, to connect to, maybe even from generate an app from Excel and all this stuff. They are AI builder built into Power Apps and built into the Power Platform that allows you to make intelligence, informed predictions, decisions about, data that is at your availability. And you can also, connect common data service, the CDS, to your applications. Okay, so we would see how we can dive into some few of this. We might not be able to go deep to our time, but essentially this would be a great way to learn about Microsoft Power Apps. So Power Automate allows you to automate business process. So you kind of go to the Power Automate platform, and then you'll be able to create a flow that would be able to automate business processes. This is really easy if you go through it. So it's something like this. So when a new email, for example, we want to automate this particular invoice processing. So you can see it's like a drag and drop tool that allows you to really be able to achieve things within your organizations and out of your organization. So when a new email arrives, we process invoice using AI Builder, and then we route based on the confidence. Okay, so when the email arrive, and then we judge from the confidence level whether it is 0.6, whether it is 0.7, based on the confidence level. If it is about in this specific case, we can see that if it is greater than 85, whatever request that is coming in, then we can make informed decision as to whether we start, whether we easily admit it and then approve it, or we wait for approval, and based on that, we'll be able to route. And all this would happen within your email, and all the informed decision, those that are necessary to approve your request, would be able to approve them before it gets to it gets to you. So these are ways that you can create Microsoft Power Automate. I would open it up for you to see. You just need to have Office 365 accounts, and you would have all the Microsoft Power Apps that Power Platform at your disposal. So what are some of the the benefits of Power Automate? It's automation at scale, seamless, secure integration, accelerated productivity, and intelligence automation. So, with Microsoft Power Automate, you have really great power at your disposal to be able to pull off from making decisions, and then being able to automate all your business processes. As much as you can think of it to be processes, you can use Power Automate to solve that particular problem. Okay, so similarly, like I talked about with Power Virtual Agent, that allows you to build intelligent bots without being a developer. It's just a drag and drop tool to be able to to do that. So this would allow you, if you don't know the importance of bots, it will allow you to be able to have interactions with users who come on your website. It can be able to help you to make orders. It can be able to help you to make a huge amount of things. Okay, so even banks are able to use bots to be able to perform bank helps, like whether they need to open account for you or something like that. And all this are at your disposal. You can actually build it with Microsoft Power Virtual Agents. Okay, so the Power Virtual Agents, after you build your application, your bots can actually be embedded into many other channels like Slack, Facebook. You can embed it in Microsoft Teams, and whether you are using Kik or any other platform that you are using, Skype, you can embed your bot into it. Again, you can integrate things into your back-end systems and automate actions. What exactly, based on the response that you get from the user, you send that particular response to connect with the data, and then make some informed decisions, come back and then inform the person that, hey, we've delivered this on your behalf based on what you said. So the Power Virtual Agent also has connectors that really makes it easy for us to achieve more and easily improve your chatbot over time. You can train it, and you will be able to get more insight into how exactly your chatbot is performing, and that's the Power Virtual Agent. Once again, Office 365 is your one stop ahead to be able to do that. Now, what about Power Apps? So Power Apps, like I mentioned, helps us to build, business applications, right? So whether you are an IT expert in security, governance, compliance, integration, scalability, business is an expert at solving business problems, and you can actually leverage your skills on Power Apps to be able to, achieve more. Okay, and that being said, yeah, you can turn your great ideas into applications. You just don't need to think about it. Gone were the days where even now, you might want to prototype your idea, but trust me, you can even prototyping your idea in Power Apps. And it's not just about prototyping the idea, it's about building a solution in Power Apps by the time you realize all the codes, all the things that you need, all the platform that you need to connect to, you can connect them in Power Apps and make a great deal out of it. So low code empowers this partnership to unlock innovation across organization. Similarly, with Power BI, allows you to be able to drive business insights into any data at your disposal. So there are AI embedded Q&A evolution. There are data protection, announcing Azure Synapse Analytics. There are just huge amount of benefits. For example, you have a data, you need to clean that data before you understand what exactly the data is supposed to do, and now generate a report out of that particular data so that you can share with your clients, you can share with your business for them to get more insight into that particular data. All these are possible, right? So with Microsoft Power Platform, there are just huge amount of benefits at your disposal, and this being hackathon, you wouldn't need to code much. You just need to understand what exactly you want to achieve, and they are just simple drag and drop, from buttons to labels that can help you to be able to achieve that very easily by even, signing into your application that you use and be able to make meaningful out of it. So we have the Power BI, we have the Power Apps, the Power Automate, and the Power Virtual Agent, which would allow you to achieve more even without being a developer, or if you're a developer, then a great deal ahead for you. Intelligence apps and process with AI Builder. So Microsoft Power Apps is not only good at allowing you to build application, but even allowing people who don't know much about AI or artificial intelligence to be able to embed artificial intelligence capabilities in their application. So this is one thing to consider, is that when you move on the Microsoft Power Platform, you'll be able to achieve more and more. You can see on this screen, we are scanning, and then we are able to detect and make informed decisions. All these are like powers in your arms. You can use the form recognizer. You can use a huge amount of things to, image recognition. All those stuff are possible within Microsoft Power Apps. Okay. I wanted to show you this because my team and I, we participated in one of the hackathons organized by Microsoft just about 3 to 4 months ago, and we did tremendously good. We built this application. We didn't, as developers, we didn't just have to, leverage. We could achieve more at that hackathon than we could have been able to achieve if we were to do it alone. So if you are looking forward to leverage your skills on the Power Apps, do not undermine it if you're a developer. We were all developers. We leveraged our skills on Power Apps, Power Platform, and we were able to come out with a great application that has, was gamified, that was able to help people achieve more. So you have more at your disposal right now as we're talking. So why don't we go ahead and just take about 10 to 15 minutes to look at the Microsoft Power Platform. What exactly can you achieve with that? Okay. So some demo time. Okay. So I'm just gonna go into office.com and I'll log in with my business account. Okay, I'm signing in as DawoodIddris with my student partner account, and while signed in, I can also see that when I click on all apps, okay, I'll be able to see something like Power Apps. I can be able to see Power Automate. I can see Power BI and all the stuff that we mentioned, Power Virtual Agents. All of them are listed here to help you. Okay, so imagine that you want to build a Power Apps. Okay, all you need to where you need to go is make.powerapps.com. Okay, you can see it right here in my browser. Okay, make.powerapps.com and then log in. Okay. So I'll hit on enter, I will click on the link and I'll log into it with my Office account. So you can actually create a free Office account, just bring it that create free Office 365 account and you'll be able to get a link to create one. Okay, so this is how the Power Platform looks like. There are 3 ways to build application, okay, in Power Apps. Okay, so one is that you can build a Canvas app from blank, you can build a model-driven app from blank, and you can build what is called a portal from blank. Okay, so I think we will be leveraging on how exactly we can build like a mobile-first application. So I'll click on Canvas app from blank. Okay, let's explore how it looks like. Let's give our app a name, say I think before we do that, it would have actually been great to see some of the stuff that you can do without really, building it yourself. So let me click on apps. So these are some of the apps that I have built. Click on Canvas app. Okay. So this would open the Canvas app for me. I can build an app, from Common Data Service. I can build an app from SharePoint. I can build an app from even, Excel data, Excel spreadsheet that I might have. Let me click on SharePoint. Okay. And these are really, really easy for you to learn. So I'm just going to log in as myself here. And I will just look for one of the fun things that I might have done in the past. Before that, let me show you SharePoint. Office, let me click on SharePoint. Okay, here. It's just going to contain ordinary tables. Okay, I'll log in. Okay, will just take some few seconds and that is loaded. I can create a site. And when I create a site, I will say that theme site, I'll just leave it at the default, give it a name. For example, I want to build a to-do application. So I'll just call it to-do. Let me see. Okay, let me just call it that. And I can invite people to collaborate with me. I will click on next. And I can, like I said, I can invite people to, be added to this project owners, and also members of this site, so that we can be able to collaborate together. Okay, so what I'll just do right now is to create a list. Okay, this list is going to be like a table. All right, so to do maybe table. I don't know. I prefer calling in this way, and I can give it a description, and I'll click on create. Once you click on create, all you need to do is to add some specific columns that you need your to-do to have. For example, my to-do might have a title, might also have like something like description. And this description is going to be what data type. For example, it is going to be not single line test, multiple lines of text. Let me click on that. And I can give it a name, for example, description. And I can describe it, optional, and I can click on save. Okay, I'll add one more column. This is like, you want to build an app and you are figuring out what kind of data you need. And I'll add one more column here. The column I'm going to add is going to be a yes or no column. Okay, to, I don't know, maybe completed, whether the task is completed or not. And I'll click on save, and you can see it's yes or no. All right, I'll click on save. Okay, so this would save my work. And yeah, with this, I can even click here to easily, it is automatically saved for you. So do not worry. I can easily click here and say create an app. and this would, actually will create an app for me. Okay, so that's something you should note. I think for now, I'm just going to copy this entire link. Okay, now let's go back to our Power Apps. So we want to connect, to this particular list that we created. Okay, so let's see whether we'll be able to find it as part of our recent sites here. I will scroll. Power Apps. Okay, so let me see if I'm able to find the list that we just created. Click on to do again. Let me copy all this, come back here. Let's search. Okay, you can see that the site I created had a to-do table. I'll click on the to-do table and I'll click on connect. Okay, so we just whipped up the kind of data we need our to-do app should have, and then we connected it in Power Apps, and Power Apps has AI embedded into it, so it quickly whips up the kind of data that we provided, the columns and all those stuff, and be able to help us to build application. And my app is ready. Let's go check it out. Okay, right now I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to click on play. Okay, and you can see that it's empty, but what it means is that right now I can add item. For example, I can say go to school. I can give it a description. Sounds good. Okay, you see this little things was added. I don't need it, so I can also go back, exit from here, and I'll click on OK. I can possibly, okay, let me just give you a quick orientation what really happened. So you can see here in our tree view shows all the list of items like labels and buttons that are helping our application to work. But this is browse screen 1, which is the current screen that is selected. Also, this is the detail screen that will give us an insight into what our application is about. And we have the edit screen, which has we can add titles, we can do all those stuff. So this helps us to create whatever we were about to create. So I would put my mouse on it and I'll click on delete, and yes, I'm done. I can just click on the play again, and I have to do, let me come back here. Just a second. Just a sec. Click on play again. Click on here. All right, and you can see I have a title that I can say go to school. And I know it seemed like joke, but I'm really telling Jane to go to school. Jane, please listen and go. Okay, so this is just the simple CRUD that you could want to create in your application, and you've done no code at all. I mean, you just basically said that I need this data and I need this data and I need this to work for me, and there you go. You are able to simply, put that into action, and see we've created a simple to-do application that allows us to add, also allows us to view that particular to-do, allows us to edit, allows us to say all the fun stuff that we want. For example, go to school, allows us to edit, so we can edit this and say cook for staff, and we click on OK, and this has been edited. Same way we can click on delete this record from there. So this is the power of Microsoft Power Apps. Allows you to easily create applications in minutes, just like we saw. And we have in here, I can see here we have the you see I clicked here, the data has like connectors like let me click on here. Let's see here. So some of the connectors that you can see in here, I'll click on see all connectors. So you can see that I can decide that, hey, okay, I want to connect to any of these applications so that when anything happens, my flow, my Power Apps will trigger, and might be able to generate a flow. Some decisions are supposed to be made. If I want to connect to Azure, if I want to connect to any other application, I can do it in here right now. Okay. Let's see what apart from it can you do. All the images that you might use, things that you might want to upload, you can do them here. Okay. So these are like really great. I mean, it's just great the power that is being given to you for you to be able to create application. We all know to do a simple, but wouldn't have taken just a minute to be able to generate it. Once you are done creating your application, you can give it a beautiful name. So I would call it beautiful to do, and I can give it a background color. I can choose an icon to represent my application. Okay, maybe this application, I do not this icon. I can give it a description, and when I'm done, I would be able to save this particular application. Okay, so these are all fun stuff that you can actually do for your application. You can click on save to save it here, or you can even save it to your computer. And if download it if you want, or you can just save it in PowerApps so that you may be able to find it the next time you are looking for it right in here. Okay, so you save it in the cloud. Yeah, so you can see that this takes just a few seconds to create. If this is your first time hearing about PowerApps, put it in the chat, or the Power Platform, put it in the chat. Let's hear from you. Let's see what you think. So I also clicked on the settings, came back here, and you can see all the data connections that you can make. I'm showing you here. Also, if you want to even see more, you can click on new connection and be able to search for the particular connection that you want. For example, we're trying to connect to SharePoint. Okay. You can connect to Excel Online. I don't know, whatever you want, whatever service that you want, GitHub, you can connect to anything based on the solution that you want to build for your hackathon project. Microsoft Power Apps, I would recommend, is one of the best ways that you can go about, about that. So go ahead and ask me anything in the chat. Let me know if you have some questions about Power Apps. Wouldn't want to take much of your time, but I promise you that you could do a lot by using or leveraging on the Microsoft, Power Apps. So go ahead, let me know what do you think about Microsoft Power Apps. This is the AI builder, allows you to build, have AI or intelligence solutions in your Power Apps. We click on models. We'll be able to create, any kind of model. We can extend. Okay, this I had a tried version, so I can extend it and be able to leverage on all the stuff that comes with it. But even if you can build, if you already know about the Microsoft, cognitive service, you can build a custom vision model yourself and then be able to import it into your Power Apps, and have fun with it. So you can see business cards reader, key phrase extraction, sentiment analysis. You can do text recognitions, and all this. Inside the Power Apps, the application you are building application without being an Android developer. So there wouldn't be like much barrier between the ordinary, person and then the developer as a whole. But the developer can do more, obviously, when he gets hold of, Power Apps. So these are some few things that I intended to make sure that I expose you to the Microsoft Power Apps. If you've never heard of it, this is a great way that you can leverage on this to build applications. So Sunda, let me know if there are some questions in the chat for me to answer.
Sure, I will. Currently, I can't see any, but I do have an app. So, okay. So can we also check out, like, if I create, can we like collaborate? Like, can you and me like develop the same application in Power Apps? Is there anything that we can do?
Yes. So yeah, we can build it. So there is 3 ways of building the app, right? So we can also build a model-driven app, which will allow us to build it in like components, so that we all know what exactly we are supposed to build to achieve it. But I remember that when my team and I were actually building for hackathon, all we needed to do, for example, you see, we could download the application, right? So we could download when we are done building, like my end, I download it and then I'll add the features that I'm supposed to add to it. And then my colleague can also do the same. But the good thing is that if we are all in one organization, yes, we would be able to make changes by collaborating on this particular application and build it. So that's the great thing. I mean, it's for organization. You can build it just to be for your organization in particular.
I think it behaves like same as GitHub. Like you can collaborate the code and join it to get everything and can share everything. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
So,
also,
mhm.
yeah, there you go. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so I just wanted to like ask that like I want to just make sure that participants also know that the connector thing.
Mm-hmm.
So can you show the connectors, like different connectors, various connectors we have?
Yeah, so I just showed how you could, use SharePoint. Um, Excel sheet, or even if I have, I just have to make sure that the sheet I have contains a table. Okay, once it contains a table, I can generate something out of that particular sheet. Let me see. I think this particular. Let me come. Just a second. Activation codes. I think this might be one of my trial something. Okay, so you see it has like send codes and as activation codes. Okay, so these are like tables that I've created in Microsoft Excel, and I'm connecting this to my Power Apps, right, to be able to generate or build application. Okay, so I'll click on activation codes, click on connect. If that's the table I want to use to be able to build my application, I will do that. And yeah, it will just do the same thing, whip up something for me to be able to use, right? So this are like great things, like great opportunity at your disposal as you are hacking here. You don't need to build everything from scratch. You could leverage on the Power Platform to be able to do it. All you need to do is to make sure you sign up for a free account and just explore. There are tons of resources online to help you. And you can see when I use the Excel connector, it also gave me the same thing, like stuff like that, right? See, it gives me more about the code that I'm opting for. It gives me flexibility to add a new person in here. And for example, one of the apps that I think we also built was that we had like the Microsoft Student Partner. We have about 2,000 plus of student partners, and they were in Excel format. So we decided to take that Excel sheet, turn it into a table, and then use it as a connector, like and connect to our Power Apps and be able to have like something like this, like an application that it's easy to add, it's easy to search for someone within the organization, stuff like that. So another one is for you to be able to leverage on Excel, Power Apps. There are just tons of things. Whatever that you are imagining to be able to do, you should be able to do it with the Microsoft Power Apps.
Yes, a lot of things can be done in Power Apps.
Yeah,
We
just tons of stuff. Tons of stuff can be
like
done.
like my literal experience is like when like normally when big hackathons happen, they give like 2 or 3 months of time to build a project, and it happened that one my friend's team didn't do like not no progress till the last day. So at the last day they were like, hey dude, we need to make an app, we need a quick we need to quick, and it's like tomorrow's the hackathon, we need some solution over there. We didn't do anything. So I was like, go to the Power App section, you can make it. And I sat with them for a midnight and I teach them how to use the platform. And in the
Exactly, and
morning,
it was. Mhm.
yes, and in the morning they were able to create the app that they wanted to.
So just within a day, right?
Yes,
This is app in a day.
within
App in
within a
a day.
night actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy the amount of things that you can do. But you know what? one last thing I wanted to show you before we end this entire session is that you can actually not start from blank and instead start with a template, right? Like they say, is that you have to read people's code to be able to, if you're able to read people code, I mean, it's part of becoming a better software developer is to write your code, read other people's code as well, right? Go to open source project, look at how people wrote their code, look at how they implemented something that you wanted to be able to do. So in this case, we can actually, if we want to build a mobile app and we don't want to start from scratch, we just want to check and see whether there are templates that can get us up and running. We can click on phone layout. You see here is app templates. The first thing I did is that I clicked on apps, okay, and then I clicked on my app and I click on here, and then it's open up for me, just a canvas app, and it's opened this for me. It gives you this screen. This screen allows you to see the app templates, or you can start from blank. I didn't want to start from blank, so I select that I want to start with the templates. Okay, so I'll check in here. What do you want to build? What is your solution in this hackathon about, right? Look at it. All these are great templates that can really help you to quickly get started. Look at these beautiful applications, right? You don't need to do everything on your own. You have like help already of what exactly you want to be able to achieve. Okay. For example, if you I'll click on, let me say use. Just a second. I think for some reason I'm asked to kind of like authenticate myself again. Just a second. And look at this is a template that can help you like up and running on your own. Okay. So just a second. Oh, all right. So when I clicked on the budget tickets, I was asked if I want to use that particular template, and I clicked on use, and it's quickly whipping up that particular. What exactly was I trying to build? If I was trying to build a budget tracker application, it's quickly whipped up an existing application for me, and look at this. Okay, so I can start from somewhere. Even if it is your first time building Power Apps, then it means that you can probably let me just do this. Click on save. It takes just a second and it's saved for you. So if this is your first time, you are building something like this, and then you want to check on what people have done, how people did this, you can come in here and then quickly, create one on your own, like use the templates. Let me just give you one more preview of it. I'll click on app, new app, click on canvas app, and then I would click on template, and I'll click on phone layout. And once I click on phone layout, it's going to be loaded. I would have series of templates to start from. Whatever I want to be able to build, I should be able to build it from here, right? If I want to connect to some data straight to be able to build my app, I could choose what I choose. If not, just right under your new app, just click on phone layout and then choose any templates here that you want to be able to leverage on, and then you'll be up and running. So you don't need to start from scratch. You can use the templates, they are at your disposal. You can use them, customize them however you want, and then be able to do something great with whatever you want. So I just wanted to make sure I mentioned to you that there are templates that you can begin with, and you'll be up and running. And you go to YouTube, type Power Apps, and you get tons of resources that can help you to achieve more. So I think my time is running out, but I kind of want to know if you have any question, and you can ask me, so I'll get you up and running with it. So thank you so much for having me here today. Sundar, any question?
Hmm, I think not yet any other. I think that was really a great session for the beginners, I might say. So
Exactly. Exactly. It's super easy, and then I really wanted Fox to, because I saw a lot of people. There are lots of sessions that have been run here, and I was just thinking, what session is not part of this hackathon? What have the participants have not been exposed to, right? And Power Apps is actually great to start hackathon to be able to build something on your own, and without thinking so much about just the code, but also being able to focus on the idea that can really sell out, to help improve this traditional community that you are building your solution for. And I think Power Apps is great to help you. You can customize it, you can do whatever you want in here with Power Apps. So you don't need to be a pro. Everyone can do it, and that is the end goal.
Yes, I was never a mobile developer, but after using Power Apps, if I need to develop anything for mobile, I just go to make.powerapps.com and start doing it. Yes.
Exactly. It's super easy. You can
Yes.
add new screens. You can click on the insert tab. You will see labels. You can click there and add a label if you want, and you can add a button just by double clicking on it. You see, button is added. It's just drag and drop to be able to help you. You can add form inputs. For example, you need test inputs. You can add it in here, right? Like, I mean, all these are at your disposal. How easy it is to be able to create an app in minutes. Even if you want to change the background of this, you can change it. You will have a background image you want to use, you can use it. Whatever you want, it's entirely up to you. Whatever you want to be able to do it at your own disposal. So, thank you for having me here. Any question? Okay, yeah. So that is it for my
Yes.
end. Have a great hack ahead, and I wish you the best. Reach out. My name is DawoodIddris.
You can just go to and search DawoodIddris.com if you want. I can just type it in the chat. Hold on. You can go to him. Feel free to contact him. He replies. He is a busy guy, but he will reply eventually every time. But he always ready to help anyone. Yes. So that's it. I think you can like I like sorry. I think that's it from our side. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to contact us. You can also contact Dawood if you need any help during the hackathon. I'm sure he can
Exactly.
come with some helpful resource from Microsoft. Okay, so that's it. So do you want before we go, Dawood, any
Yeah.
suggestions how to win the hackathon? How to win a hackathon?
Yeah, I think what I would say is that hackathon, like I mentioned from the beginning, isn't about just the code that you are going to write. Because remember, like I have been a developer for a while now. I remember in one hackathon, myself and my developers heard that there was a like hackathon somewhere, and we said, you know what, we are just bored that Saturday, that weekend, so we decided to go there and then, go and participate. And when we went there, we were already working on something. And so we thought that, these folks are going to be impressed about our codes that we've written. And apparently, it wasn't just about the code, it's about also learning and being able to innovate whilst you are at the hackathon. So, really do not focus all your attention much on just, the code, but also think about the ideation stage, the design thinking, think about including accessibility. Why is your app this way? Like, be able to convince the judges on why your solution is great and it will be able to sell out. And one more thing I would also mention, which is from Dona Sanka, Microsoft employee and advocate, I think principal advocate for the Power Platform. She mentioned that, let your application target one person, like, build for, let it, like maybe you are building a solution, consider the person that is, people that is going to affect, but don't look at it to be the larger number of people. Just consider one or two people that this, and then analyze it very well, whether it will be really, like, it will be able to help them. If it can really help them, then, I mean, build for one and scale to many, and
Yes.
your solution would be able to help tens and millions of people. But if you start your solution by just looking at the masses, you might not be able to really, get what you want. So I think my advice to the participants on how they can win is that they shouldn't think so much big, right? Don't let the
Yes.
anticipation be so much.
Yes. So also one thing, so if so hackathon is of course, as Dawood said, like hackathon is about learning new things. So we do have a couple of sponsors who are ready to give their premium accounts for this. So we have Microsoft who is sponsoring us, like giving codes. We'll also give, so feel free to reach out if you want to use anything related to Azure, anything related to AWS. We have all the codes, so you can get the trial accounts for it, you can get the students account for it. And we also have Zinfing and Matic specifically regarding for blockchain. We have Echo AR specifically related to AR and ML, AR and VR. So if you want to work in a specific domain and you want help in these low code platforms, feel free to approach us, and and we are sure that we'll help you in some other way. So yes,
Amazing.
thank so yes, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining, Dawood. Thanks for this awesome session. Yes. So we'll be back soon by tomorrow, and also from MS Inspire. Uh, this Saturday we'll be back again. So yes, thanks everyone. Also
Thank
like,
you.
don't forget to subscribe MS Inspire, because we are also the part of MS Inspire, and we are glad for MS Inspire to help Hack Gujarat stream the sessions. Yes. So yes, we'll be back soon tomorrow. So yes, stay safe. Bye everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for having me.